Hey, Shalom. I want to give our praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to y'all. Keep pushing this truth throughout the four winds. All right. As you can see, the title of this video is "Notice Job's Story." Okay, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, this video is edifying to the elect. Okay. Um, this is Job 1:1. It says, "There was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job. And that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared the Most High and eschewed evil." So, just giving a brief little breakdown on Job and how he maneuvered. Okay, all his trust in everything was to Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. Precept Matthew 5:48. It says, "Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which in heaven is perfect." Okay. Yahweh Shem Shai set the guideline, okay, on how to maneuver, on how you are to be as a righteous man in His truth, okay. Verse 6, it says, "Now there was a day when the sons of the Most High came present themselves before Yahweh, and Satan came also among them." Okay, so right here we understand that Satan is not on the same playing field as the Lord. All right. It says, and Yahweh said unto Satan, "Whence comest thou?" Then Satan answered the Lord and said, "From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it." Okay, so we understand this is how Satan moves. It's precept 1 Peter 5:8. It says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour." Okay, that was his whole purpose. Okay, that was his whole purpose. So we know the narrative for Satan is to basically devouring. And if you notice something about a lion, it pounces. And all cats, what do? They stoop down real low. You know, they creep through the bushes, and they try to catch you off guard. That's why it says be sober, be vigilant. Okay, but this is all a setup in this story, in this video, just to let you know that your adversary knows how to come at you. He knows the tools. He has the tactics. So once he gets the clear from Yahweh Shem Shai, he knows exactly what to do. Okay? Verse 8, it says, "And Yahweh said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth? A perfect and upright man, one that feareth the Most High and escheweth evil." Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, "Doth Job fear the Most High for naught? Hast not thou made an hedge about him and about his house and about all that he hath on every side?" Okay, so Satan is like, okay, I can't get to him because you haven't protected. Okay. It says, "Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face." Okay. It says, "And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand." So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. And there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job and said, the oxen were plowing and the asses feeding besides them. And the Sabins fell upon them and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped along to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came another and said, the fire of the Most High is fallen from heaven and hath burned up the sheep and the servants and consumed them, and I alone am escaped alone to tell thee. Okay, so notice, this is what we're noticing here. The way Satan attacks, he attacks things in areas that you have put feeling into, okay? He's not going to go to nothing. You're not going to be tempted with a BLT, or a bacon sandwich, okay? You're not going to be tested with pork chops. You're far beyond that, okay? But notice how he came at Job. The first thing he did to try to get Job off his path was attack things that had value to Job's personal feelings, okay? And that's how Satan, when he attacks us, that's how he comes. He's not going to come with nothing petty, all right? Let's continue on. It says, while he yet spake, there came another and said, the Chaldeans made out 3 bands and fell upon the camels and have carried them away, yea, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he yet spake, he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in the eldest son's house, and behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead, and I am escaped alone to tell thee. Then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell upon the ground and worshipped. You see that? Now, notice how these things were happening back to back, and it was things that were coming to Job, and the way Satan attacked him, it was things that he loved, all right? It was things that had personal feelings. He had personal ties to, all right? So the personal ties, the personal feelings, the things that have you play on emotion, that's what Satan is going to attack, okay? When he can attack a feeling and an emotion, he gets his best cause and effect moment from you, okay? So this is what we need to be mindful of. When he attacks and makes his move, that's what it's going to be from. Something personal, all right? He knows where to hit you at, okay? But look at how Job took this. Job took it and he worshiped. He mourned, okay? That's why he rent his clothes and shaved his head. But through all that, those personal things, he still worshiped Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. He still put forth who he really was. That's when character is born, okay? When you're at your darkest hour, no one says in your darkest hour that you're going to be, you're going to pass this test with an A+. No, you're not going to pass it with an A+, because you have personal feelings and ties to things in this life that Satan is going to attack, okay? So still face east and give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, okay? It's not going to be easy. It's always easy to worship Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but you have this flesh that we're in, and this flesh ties directly to emotion, feelings, okay? It says, and said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. And the Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This is a man with integrity, man. This is what you call integrity, all right? This is how we're supposed to be acting when we're put through hard positions in life, when the Lord allows Satan to test us, okay? It says, in all this, Job sinned not, nor charged the Most High foolishly. So he didn't sin. He didn't look up and say, why me? You know? He basically, he mourned, and he still thanked Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right? Character and integrity means everything. All right? You can't always just be expecting to be on the up and up. That's not how this works. All right? The kingdom is going to be it's going to be a hard walk to the kingdom. All right? This is Job, the 2nd chapter. Now, all this was done. And Job didn't fall flat on his face and curse the Most High and nothing like that. But here's another scenario. Same person, same situation. Again, there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to the present themselves before Yahweh, and Satan came also along them to present himself before Yahweh. And Yahweh said unto Satan, whence comest thou? And Satan answered Yahweh and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down it. So we know what he was doing when he was walking to and fro. Okay, he's always seeking someone to knock off the path or devour or to do something wicked. Okay, it says, and Yahweh said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth the Most High, and escheweth evil, and still he holdeth fast his integrity. Okay, although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause. And Satan answered, Lord, he said, skin for skin, yea, all that a man hath will he give for his life. Okay, now he's going to basically be able to personally reach out and touch Job. Okay, and this is the thing that basically is going to have a lot of fake Israelites be exposed. Okay, because there's going to be a lot of phonies exposed. It says, skin for skin, yea, all that a man hath will he give for his life. So skin for skin means I get to do something and put ailments on your body or something of that nature. But guess what? That person is going to give their life for that, just to be taken away from that situation. Like, say maybe someone wants to give you the RFID chip, or they're going to put a gun to your son or your daughter or your wife's head. And what are a lot of you men going to do? You're going to fold. Skin for skin. Okay? You see an imminent danger right then and there. That reaction that you make is okay. And there you go, basically saying you'll take it. All right? It says, but put forth thine hand now and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said to Satan, behold, he is in thine hand, but save his life. So Satan went forth from the presence of Yahweh and smote Job with the sore boils from the sole of his feet to the crown of his head. And he took him potsherd to scrape himself withal. Okay? And he sat down among the ashes. Then said his wife unto him, Doth thou still retain thine integrity? Curse the Most High and die. And see, that's another thing. Someone on side of you may be your wife. And guess what happens? Feeling and emotion ties to that person directly because it's intimate now. All right? It's an intimate thing with your wife. All right? So it's things men and women share amongst each other that no one else knows. Okay? So by that happening, you basically get you know what I'm saying, you get the woman and men pussyfooting, you know, that man becomes weak. Okay? That man becomes weak. So if that man becomes weak, he makes a bad decision that could cost him his life. And we're going to see that. Okay? We're going to see that in the times coming with this chip and all this stuff going on. 10, it says, but he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. Like you're supposed to know better. The Lord gave us all this stuff. So what? He took it away. Okay? But women constantly goes to the negative of things. Okay? And it's always going to be that way because they are faithless creatures. It says what? Shall we receive good at the hand of the Most High? And shall we not receive evil? And all this did not Job sin with his lips. So Job held his integrity. Job showed great character. Okay? Now let's just say, you know, because that wall had to be broken down from Job, and he didn't have a hedge of protection around him. So he was basically fighting this fight, and all he knew about Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay? That's a real love right there. That's a true love. When you do something of that nature, okay, and it's real, it's proven, okay? But that's things to notice about Job's story, how Satan attacks, okay, and a person with integrity is never going to fold, bruh. A person with good character is never going to fold, okay? Hope this is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Double honors to the apostle, and that was a great millstone. Peace and blessing to you, occupation is true throughout the four winds. Shalom.